First of all, we would love to wish both Bruce and Clara a very happy anniversary. And we want to thank them for allowing us to live in their house for at least 50 weeks out of the year. It's a beautiful house. We really love it. I really appreciate that. And Clara, I really love driving your car a lot too. It's awesome.
But he doesn't get tickets in it like you do.
Yes. I haven't gotten any nice photo shots down at Dana Point lately, but I'll try to do that maybe next time we get together. Okay, some of my favorite thoughts of Clara and Bruce, outside the fact that they are a couple that has true family values, Christian values. Both of us really respect what they bring to their family, to each other, and to their extended family like us. They're wonderful people, they're deep, God-loving people, and we love them dearly.
A favorite story of Bruce and Clara. I mean, there are so many stories of Bruce and Clara. You know, when you know somebody that long and you've had so many great memories. We've had a lot of funny stories and stuff, but I think one of the fondest stories that we have of them is Clara's 50th surprise birthday party. And we were able to play a part of that because Bruce called me up frantically 3 months before. What do? I don't know what to do. It's Clara's birthday. Make me look good. Do something for us. And Karen and I had a great idea. My favorite steak restaurant, of course, you know, first thing I thought of, what do I like? And so we went to Fleming Steakhouse and we set up many of their closest friends. And we called them up and said, look, we're all gonna meet at Fleming Steakhouse on this night. And Clara thinks she's going out to dinner with Karen and I. And we're gonna show up there and all their friends are gonna be behind this big glass door because they have this really cool room there. And so
it was actually a wine, well, it looked like a wine cellar door. It was,
right.
It was wood slats. It wasn't glass, otherwise they'd be.
That's right. It was the slats. And so we get there, and you know, when you're part of a surprise, your anxiety, and you know, I was just like acting like a. And so we get there, and the waiter somehow thinks it's my surprise birthday party, and I tried to orchestrate everything. So, Karen, tell them what happened.
So we're sitting there, and I'm in front of Clara, or actually I'm sitting across from Clara, and you know, Bruce is kind of like a little nervous here. And Greg says, because we were supposed to go into this wine cellar area, supposedly, and pick out this special bottle of wine for Clara. And Greg says, isn't it time we go to the wine cellar? And the guy looks at him and says, oh no, you can't go to the wine cellar. It was a big confusion, but it was actually very funny because Clara's just kind of looking around. She really had no idea.
And why would Clara want to go to the wine cellar, you know? And, but the funny thing, that's right, that's dark side of Clara. But I gotta tell you something, the thing had slats on it. And so Karen and I were facing the door with the slats, and who kept opening them up and going, was Mike and Pat Murphy. So it took everything we had to stop. I mean, the surprise was almost blown before the doors flew open. It was amazing though when that door flew open.
Really?
And Clara just, you know, she likes to put her hand on her heart. You know, she was just overjoyed with all the friendships and everybody that was there. I think that is my favorite story. It's not hilarious, but it's one of our fondest memories of Clara. My favorite story, though, took place at family retreat one night, but I really can't discuss that because I really don't want that story to go viral. But Clara knows what I'm talking about. So that's it with that.
Our favorite story about Bruce and Clara was when our boys were about, Tim was about 2 years old and Ben must have been just a few months old, and they babysat for us. And when we got home, Clara was telling us, where's the duck? And we were going, what? Well, I guess at some point when they were giving Tim a bath, he was Timothy back then, when they were giving him a bath, she thought he was asking for the duck. And they were going, the duck, where's the duck? And they searched our whole apartment looking for a duck. And when we got home and she asked about the duck, we go, we don't have a duck. And so they thought it was just hilarious that she just knew he was saying duck and he didn't even own a duck. But that was so they enjoyed that experience, I think, of babysitting.
And then they went out and bought him a duck, so he would have a duck to play with in the bathtub.
And I think we probably still have that duck, maybe for our grandson. So kind of funny. So.
You guys are probably so tired of hearing me tell this story, but I have to say it's my favorite story of the night that we sat in your apartment on Brady. No, wait, it wasn't at Brady. It was at Clara was at your mom and dad's house, and we were watching the Jacques Cousteau video, or we were rewinding it really fast, and Bruce kept doing the voiceover of Jacques Cousteau, and nobody's gonna think it's funny except the three of us, but I just remember, I honestly don't know when I have laughed that hard in my whole life, and my cheeks were hurting, my mouth was hurting. It's just so darn funny listening to Bruce voice over this stupid video of fish swimming and with his Jacques Cousteau French accent. And like I said, it doesn't mean anything except to the three of us, but got to be my hands down favorite memory. And it's the one, well, you know, all my memories of you guys, I mean, I have memories of individual memories of you guys, but I think my favorite memories are collective of the two of you together, because it's how we spent all of our time in youth ministry together and just hanging out
Until
together.
recently.
Until recently, yeah.
Yeah, recently it's been ER marathons. You love it, Bruce, don't you? You love him.
One of my favorite stories about Clara is when we were younger, she decided to come and visit us at my parents' home. And I grew up in the country, far away from the city lights. And Clara was always amazed at the stars. I mean, she would just look up in the sky and go, wow, there's so many stars. And there's just so many little aspects of country life that she was amazed by. And we were riding to town actually in the car, and we rolled down the windows, and she put her hands out and she was like, wow, this is tingles, it just tingles. And so of course I started laughing, and she's like, what? She goes, it just kind of tingles when I have my arm out. I said, Clara, do you know what the tingles are? And she's like, no. And I said, they're bugs hitting your arm. And if you know Clara and bugs, they're not a good mix. There's so many times that Clara, I had to, when Bruce wasn't around and there was a bug, I had to be the one that got the bug, because Clara would be up on the couch until the bug was gone. So it's a story I tell everyone. I always tell people that story when they come out to the country to visit my parents.
One of the things I remember about Bruce and Clara was when I first started dating Diane. Clara went to the movies with Diane and I, and she brought a whole bunch of stuff along.
She had this big old bag, and she brings out this blanket, and she puts it on her, and then she brings out this thing of Tupperware and opens it up, and then she brings out the sodas.
Yeah.
I barely knew her. I was like, oh, this is a prepared girl.
And she brought out a video camera, and she started videotaping the movie, which was totally against the law. And she just said, shut up about it. And then she sold copies of the movie.
Last year, Nick had a birthday party at their house during the UCLA-USC game, which was 50-0. But during the first half of the game, they froze the game on the TV so they could replay Nick's baby video that circled for 30 minutes and win again and again. So hopefully this year they're not going to do that with this video.
Go. One of my favorite things about my dad is that every single year since I was little, he has taken me out to Frisco's for my birthday lunch. And it's just a time that I really love spending with him and can look forward to every year. And my mom, this past year, she came with me on my trip to San Francisco. I was going to go alone. Last minute, she decided to come with me. And it was so much fun. We went to all these fun restaurants and got massages and drank wine and ate peanut brittle. And I shared things with her that I've never shared with anyone else. So I would just like to say to you, gracias para vivir en la casa, en la escuela, en el azul mercado, tienes con vivir a las fortunas. Gracias.
My favorite memories of Bruce and Clara is when we camped together, and Bruce would make up funny songs about everybody and everyone, and we'd all laugh and crack up. And one time he took us on this long hike that we were on, hanging off rocks and cliffs. It took us forever. And then we walked back to the car, and it was 10 minutes to the parking lot. And you'll want to know that's funny if you were there.
Alright, my favorite story of Mom and Dad is when Dad when I was younger, he used to take me in the car with him to go work, and we'd have the best conversations in the car and listening to music, and we'd always play Guess That Song and the artist. And my favorite story of Mom is when she would used to let me skip school in like junior high or high school, and she would take me to lunch and we'd go shopping and just have the best conversations. It was when I was like, those alone time with both of them is when I was like able to share with them.
If I could describe Bruce and Clara in one word, it would be fun.
Committed.
Heart people.
Inspirational.
Real deal. But real deal is like 2 words, so I'm just going to say authentic.
Integrity.
Friends.
Embracing.
Love.
Married.
Comforting.
Giving.
Risk takers.
Unconditional.
I'm Banjo, and my one word for Bruce and Clara is playful. I really love the way you're playful with me when you stay with
What I
me.
admire most about Mom and Dad is their love for each other. I know that no matter what argument they get into or whatever, that they'll always love each other and that their love for each other never changes. And when I was younger, I used to always say when they were fighting, "Are you guys gonna get a divorce?" And I just know that would never happen because they're so in love and they show that to us every day.
Bruce and Clara, I think of what good friends they are. They both have like this gift of being good friends. Like Clara, she can get to know somebody like really deep, really fast. And when I'm with somebody and I don't know what to say, I always think, okay, what would Clara say? Clara could get to know them real fast. Clara would get a good conversation going. And Bruce, you're so sweet. When the kids were really little, and I think we had one car, and like if I couldn't get to a birthday party or something, you would come and pick me up, me and the kids. And even when you guys moved to Chino Hills, there were a couple times that like my car wouldn't make it, and so he would drive all the way from Chino Hills to Monterey Park and pick us up and bring us back. And that was really sweet.
When we were starting Gateway, Bruce and Clara were just always there for us. They were stable, added a lot of stability to the church, just constant, and we could always count on them. They had such servants' hearts. And I really don't think we could have launched Gateway without Bruce and Clara, but probably the thing that has meant the most to me about Bruce is when my dad died, the question was often asked, who pastors the pastor? And I will never forget that Bruce was just there for me when I really needed him at that time in my life. Thank you, Bruce.
I've just really loved both of you, how you have loved my wife, how you loved my family. I think it's been primarily through family camp that I've really gotten to know the two of you, and everything that I've heard from Kristen and had kind of known over the years was really solidified at the last 2 family camp retreats. And that is that you guys so emulate the love of Christ. You love so many people, and you invite people into your lives no matter who they are, no matter whether they agree with you or not. I don't know 2 people like you two.
What I admire about them is that they always put each other first. If you ask Clara what's going on, she checks with Bruce and Bruce checks with her.
Okay, so I admire my uncle and aunt because they're always there for me whenever I need them, and I'm very thankful for that.
Mom and Dad, you mean so much to me, and I feel like we're so close that I can communicate with you guys by simply a look.
Bruce and Clara have definitely impacted our lives. I think because they opened their home to us, we come over there and watch TV on Mondays and have experienced home church and family retreat. We both have been able to see how a good marriage and a good family dynamics works. And I think it's definitely affected us, our marriage, and how we interact with Tristan in a very, very positive way.
Great listeners.
Great.
And give good advice. Well, at least Bruce does.
year Bruce and I would get kind of close. It was usually at Christmas and Easter, because he'd be in the Christmas play, and then he'd be Jesus at Easter. And so there were at least, I don't know, 5 Easters where he and I would talk while he was hanging from the cross. And then Clara's always been like a sister to me, and she's always been very good at giving me advice, and she never talked down to me, and we were at the same level. And even as a sister, as in like competitive, like I got married, and then the following week she got married.
Well, 2 years ago, I was going through cancer treatments, and Bruce and Claire were both there through the surgery. They held my parents' hand through the time, and then just this last year, when I was getting married, Clara was there for me, talking me through different things. I had like a month and a half maybe to get ready for a wedding, and she helped me so much. And not to mention just all the years of letting me call her and talk. Some of my favorite memories is just when Bruce and Clara would just want to hang, and we would just get together last minute and go to a movie, have dinner, and just talk. Sometimes we would just sit at a coffee shop and talk until wee hours of the morning, and those were just special times.
They brought me here to YWAM, and they paid for it, all my lecture phase, and they showed me a lot about God.
The most important thing to me is you are such heart people, both of you. I love you so dearly. You love so deeply. Right. And I just appreciate that so much about you guys. I love you so much.
It's been by your examples. Your examples of how to walk your talk, how to live out what you believe with integrity and with passion and with fun.
Okay, as Mona and I were talking about why they've lasted so long, we thought of so many things. Just their commitment to the things that really matter most, and there really are a lot of things, but if I had to narrow it down to one thing, I think probably they've lasted this long because of the great premarital counseling they got.
From us.
Just kidding. It really is your commitment to the things that matter most, you guys. You've always put a priority on what really matters, and we respect that about you guys.
25 years. That is such a long time, and you know what? I think the staying power that you have is you walk your talk. You live your life Christ-centered. You raise your family Christ-centered. You have lived your life like the wedding, Bruce, that you just did for my son. Your marriage is a covenant, not a contract, and you love deeply, and everybody can see that just by who you are.
I think also you're a great example to the rest of us, and I think a big part of your success has to do with your commitment, and it's a commitment to your faith, commitment to your family, commitment to your friends, commitment to each other, and I think commitment is a big foundation of any relationship, which I think you each have, and and I just love seeing how you work together. I love seeing you work together, going to couples seminars together and couples Bible studies together. I think that's also healthy, and you just have a common respect and love for each other. So you're a great example for the rest of us. Keep up the great work, but you guys are wonderful.
The reason why we know that Clara and Bruce are going to last forever is because they have such, well, first of all, they like each other. They're friends. And sometimes I can't say that myself. No. You have to like each other, love each other, have the same foundation, the same beliefs, and they're just so well connected. And having Christ in the center is one of the biggest reasons why I think they'll last.
So 25 years, I think the secret to your legacy and 25 years of being married is probably because, Bruce, you make Clara laugh. I think that's a big,
makes everybody laugh.
big deal for Clara. And because you make her laugh, when she is mad at you, it blunts the anger, and she could tear you apart, but you made her laugh, so she just can't do it. So I don't know. I mean, I think that you guys definitely have a dynamic that is just fun to be around. It's a blessing. You guys are just a huge blessing to our family, and I know to many other families.
The laugh factor, you guys can laugh at yourselves too.
Yeah.
That's huge. You both are able to laugh at yourselves. Forgiveness, and that Jesus is the standard. So he's the standard, and so the buck stops there. So that's what
I think my parents have lasted 25 years because the main reason is because my dad caters to my mom so well. And like it's like a running joke in our family whenever like my mom is fighting with one of us, or she wants lotion on her feet, or she's upset about something, all she says is Bruce. So my dad's there, no questions asked, by her
They've
side.
lasted this long because they have stayed together.
And I think they've lasted as long as they have because there's a lot about getting divorced in Chino Hills, and you just can't do it in Chino Hills.
I think that the reason that Clara and Bruce have been together for 25 years is of course because of their faith in God and just their overall positive attitude and dedication to their family.
Both your parents had such strong relationships that, I mean, their marriages were literally till death do us part. They loved each other, they were always honest, and just like them, you guys are the best role models for us because you show us the exact same example. You know, your love is unconditional, you tell each other everything, you're always honest and forgiving, and it's my hope that me and my future husband can be the same way.
Bruce and Clara, 25 years, man, that's a lot, and I know they definitely will last forever. I don't know what their secret is. You know, nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors, but whatever's going on behind their doors is special. It must be. So, Bruce and Clara, we love you, man, and this anniversary party and all your friends getting together is a testimony to how much people love you guys and what an inspiration you are to all of us as not only married couples, but just families, what you've done in general with our families. So thank you so much, and happy anniversary. You know we love you.
You're so giving and you're so loving.
Clara.
I love you. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Are you jealous?
Happy anniversary.
We
We
love
love you. And I hope you have 25 more wonderful years, at least.
Happy anniversary. Thanks for being good friends.
Yeah, have a great anniversary and congratulations.
Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary!
We love you.
Love
you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
We love you.
Happy anniversary. We love you guys.
We hope that you enjoyed your party and that you're having a good time. And here's to 25 more years of love and happiness.
Stay out of the bachelor pad.
The one thing that really surprised me about Bruce is when he faked a fall over here coming out of the jacuzzi, pretend like he hurt his back, so that he could take this whole house and have it 100% for him and wouldn't share it with us anymore.
Quit looking at me. I can't.
My aunt and uncle admire me because.
Go.
I think that my mom and dad have lasted 25 years because they have God as the center of the relationship, and no matter if they get in fights or not, like, they still... Why are you laughing?
You're playing with my hair.
Who cares? You can't see it.
Because of their faith in God and how they've applied their faith to their marriage and to their children, and just
Here, I should be doing him.